Welcome to our next adventure with me, Jason. This video is going to go according to the experience itself from the moment I walk in to the moment I walk out. And I will be talking about my tips and tricks as to getting dining reservations and some other things along the way when they come out. I said we're going to go in order of the experience, and the first thing is, of course, reservation. You are going to need to make a reservation. So the moment you have got your tickets or you've booked your stay at the hotel, whatever it is, go onto the website or on the Disneyland Paris app and try and book. I kept checking morning when I wake up, in the evening before I went to bed, and eventually I did get my dining reservation. My lunch reservation, I got a week before my trip. My dinner reservation later that evening, I got it 2 days before. So one thing's for certain, if you see there's nothing available and you decide, I'm going to give up, that's it, I'm never going to go. Great, you're going to guarantee that for sure. From that moment, you've guaranteed you won't be able to go. If you put a little bit more effort and you really do care and you try, you're not going to guarantee that you're going to get it. Let's be frank here. There's a chance that you will just be really unlucky and still not get it. But it's not then a certainty. You might be able to get it. So that's my first tip. Don't give up if you don't see it. And of course, don't rock up without a reservation. Just forget about it. Once at the reception area, I gave them my details. They confirmed my reservation and they printed out a piece of paper and wrote a number on it. Now, let's quickly stop for a moment. This is the second, and also I would say arguably the second most important tip. This is the point where you need to make two key requests, and again I would prioritize in the following order. Let it be known, you would really appreciate it that you can be placed next to or as close as possible to a window for reasons that are obvious, but we will get to later on in this video. And the second request is something quite unique about Walts and its design, is that each dining area in the restaurant upstairs is themed to one of the lands in the theme park. And that means it's going to have some concept art, general theming and color scheming too, of course, and possibly some models, statues, and designs relating to the designing of that land back when the park was being built. Just know, of course, if you don't get anything remotely like what you asked, probably there was nothing that they could do. They're not out there to get you, okay? So up the stairs I went, and then eventually gave my slip to the waiter, who then took me to my table. I was super fortunate and surprised to find that I was seated in none other than the awesome and quite moody Frontierland dining area in the restaurant. Not only that, but the cherry on the top is I found myself, I would say, at the prime position, right at a table next to the window. And that's another note I do want to make, just to make sure everyone's on the same page here. If you are going as a solo or a couple, there are many such tables that have got window seats. Not all of them, but a lot of them. At the same time, if you're going in a group of 3 or more, be aware that there are not as many that are available next to the window, like literally right at the window, but there are still many that will have a very good view of the window and what it has to offer and what's going on outside. So don't lose hope or feel defeated there. It's a nice bonus. It's not the be all and the end all. Right, let's talk about the menu and the cost. When it comes to the menu at Walts, super important to be aware of this. For adults, it is 55 euros, and that is going to cover a starter, a main, and a dessert. You do not get to order a la carte. You can't come in here and say, I only feel like a main, so I'm just going to get the main, charge me just for the main. No, you're going to pay 55 euros and you're going to get a pick of one starter or one main or one dessert. And another thing to be aware of is that unlike most of the other dining options, that 55 euros is not including any drinks whatsoever. For kids, there is a kids menu and that's going to cost 30 euros. And unlike the adults menu, that is going to include apple juice or orange juice, or if you want, you can ask for a soda as a substitute. And then, of course, their food. So just be aware of that. You have noticed that for an additional 20 euros, you can do a wine pairing for the starter, main, and dessert. I have to say I did this for the lunch. I did not do it for the dinner. Why is that? It is not worth it at all, okay? The only pleasant surprise of that entire pairing was the fact that the Disneyland champagne is actually quite surprisingly good. I wouldn't say it is exceptional, but for that price or somewhere in that price mix, I actually found it to be quite decent. So if you're curious about how that champagne tastes, you can find it all over the park. Rather go and get it that way. Do not waste 20 euros on the rest of that pairing. It's not worth it. Let's move on to what I had and how that experience was. For my starter, I had the chicken pot pie, and let's get a few things out the way here. The starter you can clearly see. A chicken pot pie is a basic, simple comfort food. They tried to elevate it, to make it a little bit more pretentious than it was. And they did so in a really low effort way, okay? Cutting a few vegetables in a certain way, putting a little sauce or something on the side, whatever. The actual food itself, if I'm being honest, firstly, it was clearly of the quality, I would say, of a microwavable food or an airline reheatable food. Nothing special, and like basically just met the health standards of this is edible. And it also clearly been left under a heater for a long time. I could feel the top of that bun or that croissant-like thing to be very hot because it was clearly placed under it. Now in the video footage, you can see that I'm saying it's good. So how can I say these kind of things and come out saying, well, it was good? I couldn't tell you what on earth it was, but something about that taste and flavor was super familiar. And so that's how I arrived at good. It was that sentimentality. But objectively, that was just low quality food. Unfortunate. Part of the meal that was actually a highlight, and it's going to come as a shock to many people because it's got nothing to do with a main or a dessert, is actually going to do the bread service. But in this case, the bread was not even great. It really was terrible. Mass produced, but unoffensively got no taste, so that's fine. But somewhat stale-ish bread. The highlight was the butter. And the butter is super cool for many reasons. Two main ones. Number one, it is objectively among the best butters you can get in France. In my opinion, and I think in many other people's opinion, it is excellent. The really cool part that ties the whole room together is the fact that that butter is from the Disney family. But just not the family that eventually moved to the US, but the family that stayed behind in France. For my main, I had the chili con carne, and I have to say this was actually good. Not great, not amazing, good. You know, everything on the plate went well together. Again, they did this whole pretentious thing of like it's deconstructed. But it actually worked, it was good. The real gem though of that entire part of the main is the can of chili. And that took me by surprise for many reasons. I typically, especially I'm at an American-based theme park, unless this was somewhere in the South, I wouldn't expect the chili to really have a kick to it or to have really much of a spice to it, or if it did, there'd be like a lot of sugar in there to kind of offset it, etc. No, this was actually decently spicy. Not, again, I would still say very mild. I really love spicy food. I found that to be very mild, but it still surprised me that it was of any spiciness whatsoever, and it was really good. I wish that they actually had a larger portion of that or offered that as more of the star of the meal, but it was delicious, and I think you can see that obviously based on the video footage of when I ate it. So that was actually a really big highlight of the meal. Actually, to a tip that I think I alluded to earlier, but if you happen to time your lunch reservation and the time you make it with the timing of the parade that happens along Main Street, USA, and you happen to have a window seat, then yes, you're going to find yourself in the awesome position of being able to see the Main Street Parade pass you by as you're having lunch. And that is a nice bonus that you might find yourself having if you're eating lunch at Walts. So for dessert, I ended up going with the giant chocolate chip cookie and ice cream. It was perfectly fine. Again, the dessert was great. Disney have never let me down when it comes to dessert personally. And for most people that I know, that's always been the case. This was no exception. So let's get into the full final review. Would I recommend this to people? No, I wouldn't. And I'll tell you why. Let's quickly just look at the food, right? The food, the starter, that's a write-off, unacceptable. The bread, stale. The butter, excellent, but okay, we didn't come here for the butter, not all of us. The main was okay. The chili was a rock star. I'll give it to them. That was really a pleasant surprise. But it was okay overall. And the dessert was good, but that's the easy part, and it's certainly not the reason you're coming to eat a full meal at a restaurant. It should never be. Yes, I experienced firsthand that inconsistency that I saw, that roller coaster of service. My lunch service was good. It wasn't excellent, wasn't amazing, wasn't great. It was good. My dinner service experience was a nightmare. Incredibly slow. Yes, the other factors do make up for some of that, but I just don't think it's enough. And I also don't think you should book this hoping for the best case scenario. I think I got for lunch at least the best case scenario. Where I was seated, the view, the timing of the parade, you name it. That was lucky. But that's not going to be everyone. And if you're hoping that what's going to justify that price and justify the average to unacceptable quality of the food, that's a gamble that I would not take. I hope you found this review useful. Again, I wouldn't recommend Walts to anyone. It has its upsides and its downsides. You'll know it. Personally, I won't be rushing back. Hope that helped. Cheers. Bye.